Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster playthrough. So we are going to go ahead and start traversing through the Cavern of Ice. Normally you would not be able to take this area on very easily. If you do, what I used to do is I suggest to run away from these fights, because these fights are ridiculously tough. So we will fight as many as we can until it gets out of hand. But since we're using the boost, we shouldn't have too many issues. And again, with the leveling, leveling really fast is probably detrimental in FF1, and when we get to a certain point, I will explain why that is. But the whole reason why we're here is to do exactly just that. So we can solve our over-leveling issues. Okay, so standard Piscademon enemies, we saw the Spectre rates and all that stuff. I think one of them was new, the other ones we've seen before. There we go. Just keep it running. Cavern of Ice has 15 chests, so a lot of exploration here. So this place has, like, there's no secret walls or secret doors or anything like that, just in case you're wondering. This game is not that type of game to do that. So here can be a little dicey. You do want to attack just in case the mage does get inflicted with status effect. But essentially, that's what we're looking for, is just something like that. And what I should have did before I came in here was buy some ethers, because we are, like, officially rich enough to afford those. Pretty much at 99 level, but no. I'll go ahead and use heal here. This fight is pretty rough. Yep. Oh boy. This is probably the most dangerous encounter in the entire dungeon. 3 of these guys is not good. Okay. We're probably gonna lose. Just super dangerous. Really bad fight. I was gonna say, if we can get away with that, that would be amazing. So, holy shit. So we go. Not that many. Okay, anyway, so you will get a Dark Wizard fight in a chest here, so you don't have to worry about doing the random encounter. If we do find that one again, we will definitely run. That is, even at a higher level that we were supposed to be when we come in here, it's still really hard. So, depending on your needs here, you can run from these fights, but... Okay, so a little bit of a traversal puzzle here. I am going to make a quick save here because sometimes I forget which hole you're supposed to fall through. Because you do have to fall through a specific one in order to continue the dungeon. That's kind of the gimmick here. But what you do is... Oh, the Winter Wolves are so bad. They have a nasty move that just can wall up the whole party pretty quickly. Especially when you get werewolf or ice wolves and like the drove of like 9 of them or something like that. It's really bad. It's almost like restart my game shit. 4 of these guys. This is shitty. Holy crap. I don't even know what to do here. Because they're so spamtastic with their crap. It's like, I don't even know what to say. We can try to silence them, and that's our best bet. But other than that, it's just going to be full damage. Full damage mode. God, I didn't want that to happen. We got one. All that for a pair of clothes. Ain't that some shit? Trolls. Okay, Flame Sword is a definite upgrade. Imbued with the power of fire, so you're going to do extra damage to everything in here, which is phenomenal. And then this is where the quick save comes in. We do need to get to that little diamond thing in the middle. So, hopefully this is the right one. And I believe it was, yes. Or it might not even matter, to be honest with you. I don't know. I wouldn't mind a fire right here over Diaga. Because now we only have one left. Okay. You will take, like, chip damage on these tiles. It really sucks. There's nothing you can do to avoid that until future Final Fantasy games. These will be some tougher monster fights here. Oh yeah. I mean, just do what you can. You're gonna take some pretty big hits here. Ice Dragon's weak to fire, so just Fire Raga. Just big damage, that's all you want to do. There we go. Ice armor. So, like I said, if you just waited just a bit longer, you would have had an armor that equates to the knight's armor, but does even better, and it guards against fire damage, so. It is something else when you see your money go to shit for no reason. Trust me, you learn the hard way. Okay. So then you look down and you're like, oh, there's another like 3,000 chests down there, so definitely want to make your way down there as well. So go down here, bang this around, take the chip damage. That'll happen every single time. Ice Storm is a very powerful move that hurts. Yeah. I'll take it. This. I want to say a Fyra can do it, but we'll see. When they spam that, it gets really ridiculous. The treasure's like almost not even worth this kind of pain. Now, imagine all the wolves have 50-50% chance of casting Ice Storm on you, and if you were to get ambushed and that's all they did, just theoretically speaking, that's what could happen. one of your party members would get wiped pretty much instantly. So it is a shameful way to go down, I'll tell you that. So we need big juice. You will use a lot of items here. Not too bad though, right? Huge guild party right there, love it. 5 more chests remain, so now we can go ahead and just head out of here. The Winter Wolf chests are pretty much game enders, so you do want to be a little cautious of those. We'll see if one fire can get rid of all these guys. I mean, we are chucking levels right now. You know, we went from a 33 to a 38 pretty much instantaneously, which is phenomenal. Here is your... rest of your chest. Got an ether. I mean, we got ethers that we can use just from basic exploration. See, this Final Fantasy was very weak at enemy drops. Enemies only gave you experience and gil. They didn't really drop items, and nor was there a way to steal items yet. Now this fight is bullshit, but okay. We'll just Thundaga all of them and they'll die in one shot after they whoop our asses. Yeah, it's just take the damage and move on. Ice Shield is very nice. Okay, we're gonna walk through here. I don't think this leads to anything. Oh, okay. No, that was the right way to go then. So we did it. Have faith in myself, right? Okay, so we hit 15 out of 15 chests, which is phenomenal for this place. There's going to be a evil eye fight here. It's kind of a mini boss. This guy, I think, has an insta-death spell, which makes him kind of tough, but just kind of go ham attack like usual. Yeah, really weird enemy, but in some forms of the game, I think he only gives you like 1 experience or 1 gil. It's one or the other. It's really trolly. So we got the Levy Stone. Very important that we got that. A mysterious rock that floats in the air. You're going to be like, what do we do with this? Well, and you'll see. Okay, so when you fall, you will fall back into the pit of bullshit, and you'll have to fight your way back up. Sure. We'll actually Diara just in case. Yeah, Diara and Fyra should be good enough to deal with this. It just sucks that everything is just so much quicker than you. Okay, now the objective is to get the hell out of here. So just follow the same pathing. Run from this fight, because this sucks. Yes, I love it so much, guys. Thank you. You can see that heal is starting to fall off pretty badly, so... preemptive? Sure, why not? We'll take it. It's like 2,000 more experience points we didn't have, I guess. Okay, then there's no need to go back in there, so just run upwards. Same scenario, just do what you gotta do. Woo! Go ahead and use that beautiful cottage. That was a really tough dungeon, right? Okay, so as you can see, we have multiple good upgrades on the horizon. So now the thing is to work our way back to the ship, and then we have to do a certain dungeon. Not even really a dungeon at this point, we just have to get to a certain spot on the map. We'll defend, and then you will... This will pretty much be your setup for the rest of the stream. Just keep chewing up levels, you're good to go. Keep moving. Moving. Oh yeah, look at this. We want the regular Ochu fight. We're not really getting it, so... We're gonna have like one dude remaining, that sucks. Yeah. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just avoid the fights anyway, so let's just continue on, because we got to a point where I'm happy. Alright, so very quick. Normally you wouldn't be able to like know this until you get to certain areas, and then people would start talking about Levystone and airships and all sorts of shit like that. So this, what I'm about to do, is getting this very early. This is why I love Final Fantasy 1 so much, is because if you know what you're doing, you could break any Final Fantasy game into pieces. So we are going super out of order, but that's okay, because like I said, I've played this game so many times. I pretty much know all the franchise's games in and out, left and right. There's no secrets. Have I done everything there's ever to do in these games? No, because I don't have every platinum trophy, but I know my way around an FF game, so this is a workaround. If you take this little stream, you can actually use the boat, pop up, take the stream. As long as you have, we'll turn on encounters in case you run into one down here. If you have the levy stone, enter this, and you will unlock the airship. So this is about as hype as it gets. And I really love the remix music for the airship in this game. Sick. And that is like save file worthy. So there you have it. You have the airship. The best mode of transportation in the entire game. You can pretty much land on green only. Can't land in trees. So like for towns like this, you're probably wondering, how the fuck do I get there? Well, you're gonna have to make the trek. Some of these places you have to land, walk all the way to it, just because, you know. But what we're looking for is to get into one of these tunnels to go meet Bahamut so we can do some class changes. But before we can do that, we actually have to head here. So what's really cool about FF1 is that as long as you have the crown, it's an item that we got obviously from Astos. You have to get it anyway in order to progress the story, so it's really not that like entertaining to think about, but it's really nice that they have an item that gets reused again just because of your explorations and stuff like that. So anyway, we got to get to this place right here because this is what's going to give us the rat tail. Basically, how you would figure this out is you would just land in one of these spots, you know, check out the holes, and you will enter the Dragon Caves. So, very scary named place, right? You're thinking, oh shit, I don't know, dragons, what? But honestly, nothing to be scared about. These dragons are friendly. Only the okay. And they let you take their treasure, which is amazing. The Dragon Caves are interconnected. So once you do that, oh. So these are not friendly. These are a little bit more deadly. Okay. And then I would just kind of go from island to island here. Once ago, an age when men and dragon live together. So that's kind of why they're not hostile, because they have like this code of where they lived along men. So honestly, a very weird take on dragons in this game. Most of the time, we always know dragons as like evil creatures, gold, you know, ridden and destroyers of towns and villages. But honor-bound dragons, I will take any day of the week. Cottage. He's talking about Lord Bahamut, saying that we should seek an audience with Lord Bahamut. Just keep trekking along. You got 2 holes here, so go ahead and enter one. Okay. So this one right here, this is going to be the hole that we need for the Bahamut interaction. So just remember this place. Very cool area. A lot of swords in the ground. This is the chamber of Bahamut, the Dragon King. Mind your tongue. The Dragon King looks to measure a person's true courage. I am Dragon King Bahamut. I confer honor upon those who strengthen. Return to me with a token of your courage. Okay. So return to him with a token of your courage. So you're like, what is that? I don't think there's anything that hints at that. So other than just knowing Bahamut exists, and he needs something that shows a token of your courage. Oh, okay, there you go. It is customary for dragons to venture northeast of the Citadel of Trials. Okay. And then I think one of these dragons says that it's like, it changes appearances. Yep, there we go. So the token of courage always changes its appearance every so often. So they're like, we don't even know what we're looking for. We've got were-tigers. I always like to think like they're in some kind of like a dodge sprint animation or something. It was always a weird sprite to look at. I don't really know what they're doing. Then land here for the final 3 treasures. And I am going to immediately forget where Bahamut is. I always do. Just how it works. Because I don't really pay attention to the holes. I just go. Dry Ether, I think, kills everything all at once. Oh, 5 MP, okay. Which is pretty good either way. Dry Ether is very powerful. Helpful in a pinch. Okay. So then with that knowledge, you need to head northeast. So this is the Citadel of Trials. And then you're thinking like, okay, so how do we get here? So honestly, you can get the Citadel Trials very early. As soon as you destroy the mountain or whatever from Mount Dugar, you can kind of just skirt around the north side of the islands, pop up over here, drive your boat all the way to here, take the little lake as long as you have the canoe, hop right here, take a left, and boom, you're right there. So it's very early. You can access the Citadel Trial, so you can skip like a lot of these steps. So if I wanted to, I could have actually taken an even shorter shortcut to do all that. But it, you know, you're driving the boat, so either way, you would have to have the airship to land on the Dragon Islands. So that's kind of why we do it this way. So anyway, to do that, you need to land here, and then we need to make a long trek. This is the crappy part about this. So once again, were-tigers. Can't believe we're getting poisoned like that. That's okay, we'll just poison her. Kill her. If we get any more of those were-tigers, anything that's not new fights from here on out, I'm basically going to run from. Because we don't need it. Now that I'm closer to class change, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of done with leveling up right now. I'll just keep going. Honestly, I'm so glad we got that Basilisk, because the Basilisk was the tougher thing to really bring out there. Alright, so then go ahead and enter the Citadel Trials. This place is a little annoying. Let's go ahead and actually use a tent. Okay. Talk to this guy. You come bearing the crown. So he's talking about the crown that we got. All of you have just said that, so yeah. The only reason why they kind of block it off with the crown is because you can literally get it. Well, no, actually, because you'd have to do. I don't know how you would be able to skip past the crown. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to make it really cool or something. Okay, so this dungeon is ruled by teleporters. I don't know the order. I try to remember it, but I don't play this game that much anymore to like keep it in my head. So when you make a mistake, you'll get transported back to a room and you'll have to pick the opposite. It starts out pretty easy right now, but then you'll like start getting really fucked up soon. So like this, you have two to choose from, so just pick one, and you'll have to remember what you did. Otherwise, you go back to the beginning. Okay, so you saw there I picked the wrong one, so luckily it didn't bounce me too far back. Shit. Bottom. Pretty much for this dungeon, like if I select the wrong run when I'm deeper, I'll just reset back to the title screen and then choose the opposite because I just don't have the time to be playing around with them like this. Like, it was a cool gimmick, like, in the beginning, but I'm just kind of like, okay. I'm over it now. So you want to take here. King Mummy is pretty nasty, watch out. They make it look all official, yet nothing really happens with it, so kind of like cool. There's 3 teleporters here. I forget which one's the one to go. We'll just take this one. If not, restart, do it again. That looked wrong. Okay. I hate that you just can't quick load from that menu. Like, why we gotta be all sophisticated, you know? Dragon zombies, that's the best encounter you can get from here. You'll get these guys no matter what as a boss fight at the end of the dungeon, so don't worry about trying to spawn them here. But if you do get them, then great. It's just a lot of gil and a lot of experience points in your pocket for no reason. And you saw that, we're teleported me right back to the beginning, damn near. So like I said, this dungeon can be very, very annoying. It used to be. So then you know you won the dungeon when you're in the spot. Go ahead and take the path that's available. Medusas aren't really that bad. They have like a gaze ability, but it doesn't really hit at all. Okay, until I fucking said something. That's amazing. I'm so glad that I captured that on video forever because it's just like, take that. It was a super take that moment. Nightmare, so just dead horse. Healing staff is really nice. Now the mage has a permanent way of healing us all the time. If you read the description of the healing staff, a staff that casts heal when used, so you get free heal no matter what every single time. So now the mage will be on, or the white mage will be on permanent heal duties because the attack damage that it does is absolutely nothing unless we need like damaging spells. But you can reuse these items forever and ever and ever, and they will never break. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and Thundaga here because this guy. Shit. Okay. Mind Blast in most Final Fantasy games is a very deadly move. It's actually like a one-hit kill move. That's what I thought they were about to do to me. Okay, a lot of good upgrades there, right? We got Ice Brand. Got a Ruby Armlet, so we want to put that on this guy because he's always getting damaged. Nothing we can do yet with these guys. And then I think we just netted some gauntlets. It was something, I don't remember. Shit. They're gonna make me go through it all now. Was it a Great Helm? I think it was the Great Helm. Can't be anything else, so. Okay. And then we got 6, 7, 8, and 9 chests down there. Oops. Like I said, just have her on permanent heal duty. Then you'll be healing damage each round. Monster. It's very convenient because like most enemies will do just enough damage to kind of make you heal once or twice to be full HP again. But now you have a consistent way of healing without using your MP, which is really nice. Okay, gauntlets. That is a specialty item. A glove that cast Thundara when used. So there you go. Gauntlets are very nice to have. So now your mage has a permanent way of doing dark magic or black magic without using MP. There you go. We got the rat's tail. And one final fight to get out of here and claim our victory. So with dragon zombies, they're going to be very weak. You can Diaga them to shit or whatever you want to do. Fire damage, all that. But do this, and do this, and there you go. You are set up. Full HP when you're getting out of a dungeon is so nice. Hilarious that I even knew it was going to do that, and I still the wrong way. Okay, now the tough part, getting back to your airship. I guess we could fight. Now, using the items like the healing staff and the gauntlets, or any item that really produces magical things, it does go based off of the intellect stat. So obviously your mages are going to be the best candidates when it comes to using those items. If you try to use it with the warrior or the monk or the thief and all that other stuff, it's going to be noticeably weaker. So just bear in mind those stats as you're kind of doing your thing there. But a permanent way to heal and a permanent way to do black magic damage is always welcome in the party. And when you don't need the mage to continuously heal you and you want to get damage in, you can use her for other things that will produce black magic, but it won't hit as hard as if the black mage was to use it. Seeing that the black mage has a higher intellect stat by 11 there, so yeah. But at the cost of HP. So HP detriment, but high magic attack power. That is the name of the game for the black mage. Amazing. I think it was this one. So now you're going to take the rat's tail to Lord Bahamut and change class. So everybody got beefier, stronger, and way more better. So now we are, I kept saying knight, but it was the warrior to a knight, the monk to a master, the white mage into a white wizard, and the black mage into a black wizard. So we have fully upgraded ourselves here to our new class. Like I was talking about earlier, though, at the detriment of doing the ×4 option in terms of speeding up the XP rate, you do kind of run into a little bit of an issue of okay, if you over level yourself past a point, you are going to be missing stat upgrades and stuff like that, because technically I should be a level 30 something before I meet Bahamut. And then I should have, the rest from 30 whatever to 99 to level up my characters in their new job classes or whatever. So, yeah, you kind of lose a little bit in that, but the levels are whatever. But at this rate, I mean, we're gonna be max stats and everything's gonna be real fucking crazy. So, congratulations if you followed through, and now you are definitely overpowered all the way until the pretty much end game. I want to say the Air Fortress will probably be one of the harder dungeons to take on, even with these kind of stats, but even then, when we reach there, we're going to be stupid overpowered, so victory achieved. When I first played this game, obviously I did not know any of this, so I went through God, I think I went all the way to the 3rd dungeon, and I had not even known you could change classes, so I made the game really hard on myself, which is kind of the intent, right? That's why you do blind playthroughs in your, or I wouldn't say blind playthrough, but your first time playthroughs are always going to be the ones that teach you the hardest lessons. So yeah, lesson definitely learned from that era. Now, what we can do is actually kind of do a little bit of cleanup, and that's what I want to do, because I don't want to start adventuring into these places and start grabbing really stupid powerful magic, because then we are just definitely way too overpowered. And that's a little bit, even for me, a little bit too much to showcase, because now we're just taking the fun out of the game. Like, it's okay to have your characters transcending and all that and going to the second dungeon with your second class form. But if you start grabbing like level 7, 8 spells and all that, then I think it's kind of game breaking at that point. So I don't want to go too far. Even though grabbing the airship was kind of game breaking just a bit, but we only went to the Dragon Islands, grabbed a few items, and changed our class. So it's not like I went to, you know, other places, started grabbing all sorts of armor and everything, best weapons in the game, and just said, like, fuck it. To showcase this as well, I was talking about this earlier in the first video, I think. This is known as the Peninsula of Power. And these really powerful goblin guards will do like 999 damage on you if you're not careful. No, I'm just careful. I'm just kidding. But I think they might have patched this then, because typically these squares right here will sometimes bring up much tougher enemies in other versions of the game. And it was just kind of community known as the Peninsula of Power. So you could over-level yourself like before you even get to the Lich just by these two squares alone. Or maybe I'm just thinking of the wrong place. Maybe it is up here. I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure it's here, and it was supposed to be like some kind of issues with this kind of connecting to the further areas of the game. But it doesn't look like it's happening, so that might be a patch or fix that they did before they released the Pixel remasters. Okay then. So let's do some of that cleanup like I was talking about. So the only real thing to do is to go to Melmond and the Crescent Town in order to pick up spells that we couldn't because we weren't the right class yet. So we have Diaga Heal Our Life. Okay. We want teleport from here. Can only do that with the Black Mage. Or the Black Wizard, I mean. And take your Happy Butt over to the Crescent Town, go to the level 6 shops, and buy the exit spell and whatever else we could get, as we didn't have the right class just yet. You should have way more gold than any Thayer Guild by this point, so none of these should be very expensive for you. Exit is the best when trying to get out of dungeons. Invisera is okay. I mean, I would probably take Invisera over Stona if you had to make a choice, because you can just buy gold needles in the future. You don't really need to have it as a spell. In like I think in the GBA and iPhone versions of the game, they actually have like an MP system, so like you actually can go all the way up to like 999. And then, like, each spell has, like, a certain MP cost and stuff like that. Kind of like your traditional Final Fantasy games of today. But that wasn't the case, obviously, back then. So we have the charge system, Dungeons and Dragons type of thing. So it's kind of it's a hit or miss. I mean, Stona was really nice in the MP versions, but here I would just take spells that if you're to use it one time and you only had one time to use it, just use something really good. Not something that you can cure with an item. But for me, I really don't care, so. There you go. Okay, so Thundaga, Death, Quake, and Stun. I will probably never use any of these, but just to make it feel like we stuffed it, I'll take Stun and I'll take Quake, because I never take Quake. So the spell list looks pretty nice. Okay, so the thing about the knight is that the knight can learn up to, I think, level 4 magic. As soon as we start leveling up with him, he's going to start showing spell charges that he can start using. So if you want to, we can go back to other towns and he can learn new spells. Let's see. So I think it's only up to level 4 though, and the same thing with the ninja. The ninja can learn black magic. I don't know what to tell you how to dance. What do you say? So she becomes useless after a while. Like you'll be like, okay, the dancing girl no longer tells me what to do. What the hell? Yeah. The master or the monk do not learn any spells, so they're just a fighting class forever. So as you can see, he's jumping up and down, meaning that he can learn all of these now. He can't learn Dia, as you can see. So you are left with what you can do. And honestly, he's not really used for healing or anything like that. He's like your last case scenario if that's to be the case. But he's more for like the buffs. Like the knight can really just buff, and that's the best way to use him if you're to use like a magic build or whatever. But honestly, he's a tank and just slap things with swords, so just wouldn't even bother. Okay, blind to silence, null shock, and invis. So he can learn all of these. Definitely have null shock. You want a 1 null ability on him if you can never buy it. It's always nice. Silence is really stupid on him. I would take Blinda and Invis. Because you already have silence anyway, so grab the opposite of what you don't have. And it just fills out your pool. Okay. Then we want to go to Elfheim, and then that'll be it for the cleanup. And then we are on our way to Mount Gulek. I don't think they opened up yet with the prophecy. By the power of by the power of the Levy Stone, a great spell. There you go. So the elf ladies that are like, I have a vision, but I can't hear anything right now, or whatever it was, right? There you go. Oh, whoops. It's supposed to be white magic only. Okay, obviously Kira can't learn Diara, no Blaze is really nice, and he can't learn Heal. So he can't learn any of like the good healing spells or whatever. The multiple party healing spells. It's very limited in his white magic capability, but nonetheless still nice to have, right? So it looks like he can only go up to level 3. It would have been nice if he could learn a level 4 spell with Null Frost, and then we would have had really nice coverages when we were like doing a defensive setup. In the dark abyss above the crescent, to the north beyond the smoldering mountain that Levystone sleeps, something awaits you. So both of them are just giving you insight on how to get the airship. I don't know at what point that triggers. Maybe it's after you defeat the Lich, or you get the canoe. I have no idea. Because I only just recently discovered that they actually even say anything about any, because I wasn't really big about reading their dialogue, since they're not really helpful. And then you can fly over areas to kind of check to see if you might have missed anything, or like if anything's worth your time to canoe around. And so far around here right now, I'm going to say no. But in the future, eventually we want to take our boat or a canoe, and we want to sail this upcoming river up here, because this is going to lead us to another little side optional dungeon thing. So you want to sail this whole thing, then go right inside that waterfall. It's a little secret to another dungeon. pop out the other side. There we go. Okay, we look like we are ready to take on the next dungeon now. We got a really nice item to kind of get us through. A nice couple of items to get us through this one. But a lot of the game from here on out is going to be very trivial, so just not really based off of like what I did with the class changing or whatever. It's just because the items alone are just going to really wreck a lot of the enemies coming up. And our setup is very nice, so did everything you could up to this point. And now we're just going to kind of go in sequence. So next up is Mount Gulag. Or Gold, okay. I don't know why I say Gulag all the time. Like Call of Duty shit or something, I don't know. Again, another silly song for like a volcano. I would think like more like a treacherous and erupting volcano sound music would be much better than something that I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm chilling at a bar or something. I don't know. 37 chests though, so that's going to be a dungeon. Rather large one at that too. A lot of twist turns, and the fire pit spots actually damage you, so you do take a lot of chip damage here as well. So that's why I say, like, even though you know at first you don't really understand or know how to do a class change if you're playing this for the first time, but just doing it before the second boss fight of the game is very nice. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Next time, Mount Golg, and we'll take on the Fire Demon.